President Donald Trump said, "I don't know," when asked if he was required to uphold the Constitution. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Hannah Jewell. It's Monday, May 5th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. President Trump spoke to NBC News' Meet the Press in an interview that aired yesterday. In a wide-ranging conversation with Kristen Welker, Trump discussed tariffs, a looming recession, and more. But this part of the interview was especially noteworthy.
We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth, some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it.
But even given those numbers that you're talking about, don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me, and they are going to obviously follow what the Supreme Court said.
The Fifth Amendment guarantees every person on American soil the right to due process. The Supreme Court recently directed the Trump administration to facilitate the return of a wrongly deported man. But Trump insisted that he needed the power to quickly remove people. He said it was inconceivable to hear millions of cases in court. Trump took the oath of office just over 3 months ago. That included a promise to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. President Trump said he will reopen Alcatraz as a prison. That's number 2. For those who have never visited or seen the many movies featuring it, Alcatraz is a former federal prison on a tiny island in the San Francisco Bay. It once housed notorious criminals and gangsters, including Al Capone. It closed in 1963. Since then, it's become a popular tourist destination. But Trump wants The Rock to get back to its roots. In a post yesterday, he said he had directed several U.S. agencies to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz as a prison. There are a lot of unknowns about how this would actually work. One of the reasons the prison shut down in the first place was because of steep operational costs. Everything, including water and fuel for electricity, has to be transported to the island by boat. It would likely cost tens of millions of dollars to make Alcatraz operational. Number 3. Australia's centre-left Labour Party won re-election in a landslide. On Saturday, Anthony Albanese became the first Australian Prime Minister to win a second term in more than 2 decades. It was a decisive victory. His Labour Party dramatically increased its parliamentary majority. This wasn't expected. 2 months ago, Albanese trailed in the polls. One reason for the remarkable turnaround was anger over Trump's global trade war. Albanese referenced global challenges in his victory speech.
In this time of global uncertainty, Australians have chosen optimism and determination. Australians have chosen to face global challenges the Australian way, looking after each other while building for the future.
Trump's tariffs on Australia helped drive voters away from Albanese's conservative opponent, Peter Dutton. The comeback followed a similar twist in Canadian elections last Monday. Canada's centre-left government rode a wave of anti-Trump anger to re-election. Number 4. Israel will call up tens of thousands of military reservists. Military officials made this announcement yesterday. It comes as the country's political leadership is considering expanding its war in Gaza to seize and occupy more territory. Israel ended its 2-month ceasefire with Hamas and resumed attacks on Gaza in March. Since then, the Israeli military has dramatically altered the map of the enclave. And now Israel is also planning to take control of humanitarian aid distribution inside Gaza. It would use private U.S. security contractors and severely restrict aid. But aid agencies say the plan runs counter to humanitarian principles, is logistically unworkable, and could put Palestinian civilians and workers at risk. No food, fuel, aid, or commercial goods have entered Gaza since March 2nd. Number 5. A mom raised over $500,000 after appearing to hurl a racist slur at a child. Last week, a video went viral showing a white mom appearing to direct racist slurs at a 5-year-old black child at a playground in Minnesota. Shiloh Hendricks identified herself as the woman in the video. She started a fundraiser for herself on the platform Give, Send, Go. She titled it, "Help Me Protect My Family." The donations have poured in, alongside notes expressing far-right and racist sympathies. In response, Give, Send, Go disabled comments on the fundraiser. The local chapter of the NAACP launched its own fundraiser for the family of the child. It raised hundreds of thousands of dollars over the weekend before closing it at the request of the family. An unusual weather pattern is bringing days of downpours to the east and south. That's number 6. An omega block is a slow-moving weather pattern in which 2 low-pressure systems become stalled on either side of a high-pressure area. It happens when jet stream winds slow down. That can cause a prolonged period of bad weather, including heavy rain and thunderstorms. The rain started over the weekend and could continue through Thursday. The heaviest rain is forecast across the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, Rockies, Southern Plains, and Gulf Coast. Some flooding could develop in the hardest-hit places. So, as always, check your forecast before you travel and take care. And at number 7, scientists discovered a cosmic source of gold. If you have a gold or platinum ring on, take a close look at it now, as long as you're not driving. The metal that makes up your jewelry, as all things, came from space, but scientists have long wanted to know exactly where. One answer is from explosively flaring and merging neutron stars. Neutron stars are the densest object known in our universe. But scientists in a recent study figured out another source of gold and other heavy metals, a rare type of star known as a magnetar. That's like a basic neutron star with an extreme magnetic field over it. It flares gold explosively into space. But the mystery isn't solved completely. Scientists will continue their hunt for other sources of heavy metals in our universe. All right, you're all caught up. If you like the podcast, a great way to support our work as we start another week is with a subscription to The Washington Post. Right now, a core subscription is only $4 every 4 weeks for the first year. And what if you already subscribe? First of all, thank you. But you should know that you could become an even more elite kind of subscriber. Our premium subscriptions come with a lot of added benefits, including 3 extra accounts to share with friends and family. And it's only $6 every 4 weeks for the first year. That is a deal. Get it by going to washingtonpost.com/subscribe. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'll meet you back here tomorrow.
I'm Robin Gavon, and I'm the senior critic at large for The Washington Post. I write about politics and race and the arts. You know, there's so much information and misinformation coming at people. And for me, a critic's job is to really cut through that and attempt to direct people towards what is of value. Subscribers are definitely the most engaged, and they're the ones that I feel like I'm most often having a conversation with. People who are really engaged in our culture and engaged in civic life in a way that can be really transformative. When you subscribe to The Washington Post, you support this kind of journalism. Learn more at subscribe.washingtonpost.com. I'm Robin Givhan, and I'm one of the people behind the Post.